start, so we're looking forward to the second game and seeing how they progress.
Local interest in the referee, Joy Neville, the former Ireland number 8, on the whistle. Madagascar, well, yet to get a point in this competition. We should wait and see how the Lemurs work out. Lumaki, first tournament outside of Africa for these girls, so a big opportunity. Almost had a shock win over Tunisia in the Africa Cup last year and ended up winning the plate, ended up 5th. Now they've got to just find some confidence in the way they want to play. Right now though, they're in defence as Samoa ramp it up through Vanessa Mulia-Fraser. Look at the power of the number 1. Dragging the tacklers with a quick presentation. Cristiano Anesi. Difficult ball for Brenda Collins to pick up. It's rescued by Rasmussen. Good hit coming in from the Madagascar defenders. Still it goes in. The little chip and collect from Anesi.
Back 10, please.
Well, this is the thing for me, Simon, with Samoa. They don't get too individualistic against Madagascar. They know they've got the physical mismatch. Where they were so impressive in game 1 is they kept to the team structures. So far, I think they've gone away from that. Couple of loose passes early.
Anna Rafui gets things working again. Brenda Collins gets the call from Anesi. The big number 3 on the charge, so difficult to put down. It's whipped out, and this should be a trot over for Mulia-Fraser. And Samoa on the board early doors in this second contest.
Yeah, a lot better, a lot more direct. Paula Kirisano, Inesi was the one that took the ball way over the advantage line, and they had a quick bridger, cleared the ball easy to Mulia-Fraser with one of the easiest finishes you'll see. There's the big number 3 setting up. Good clean out from Pody Lane. The distribution is good. Look at all the Madagascar defence honeypotting around that ruck area, always space on the outside.
Samoa, who prepared with games against the Cook Islands, a couple of New Zealand selection teams as well, travelled to Fiji and actually spent some time up in Leeds in Yorkshire. Have you been to Yorkshire?
No, I haven't.
Well, you've got to go up to Yorkshire and taste the tea, as they say. Yorkshire tea, renowned as is the Yorkshire bitter. I'm sure the girls didn't enjoy that alcohol. It was all very much business for them, but they really have had good preparation that Ramsey Tomakina, their coach, has set up for them, and they come here in good stead, in good fettle.
Knock on.
Yeah, and he said that was an important part of it, coming up to England early, trying to get over the jet lag. He had a high expectation of him coming to this one, and I think it really has paid off. I haven't seen him this determined and this fit for a very long time, this Manusina team.
Certainly come out of the blocks very quickly. One of the 3 teams that have racked up half centuries already in this competition. Putting Collins, looking for that breakthrough from Mulia-Fraser. Afui has to recover that ball. That's good tackle from Rezifiariosoa, and Samoa going to keep it coming. Mulia-Fraser, try scorer, straightens things up. Bellamilo. And, whoa, just running out of space in the corner. Looked like it was going to be a trot over. Madagascar working hard in defence.
Yeah, Pody Lane, the one in jersey number 7 for Manusina, just getting pushed over the sideline. But this Madagascar defence is scrambling well. They're making a lot of tackles, but only just. Samoa trying to go down the middle of the park. If they get it to the sides of the field, I think they'll find more joy.
The put in from Rezifiariosoa. Put the ball back in Samoan clutches. Working back is Bellamilo. And they find their way down that right flank in the end. And it's the skipper, Brenda Collins, who gets the second try. Well worked from Samoa. Patience and execution being shown.
Yeah, this is a good old fish, we used to call it, where you go to the midfield and bounce back the blind. You can see the defence over chasing there. They had the numbers, the skip pass, and this is what I'm talking about. On the edges, this is where Samoa will find the holes.
Yeah, the inexperience of that Madagascar defence there, working the drift towards the right, and as soon as they peeled back, big spaces out on the left flank that Brenda Collins was able to capitalise on. The conversion from Bellamilo. Actually knows the whole Hong Kong squad, I discovered earlier, because she's their strength and conditioning coach for every single one of them. So, yeah, familiarity will not be a problem for Bellamilo if and as and when they play Hong Kong.
She was the one that came back to blind, wasn't she, Bellamilo? Good recognition there by the number 9.
There's Collins. There's the take from Madagascar now. What can they work now? Just need to get their hands on the ball and not make handling errors like that. We know from previous form, Madagascar like to move it.
Oh, they like to move it all right. Here it is here. Rasori Malala, unfortunately, has a little look up. She could have moved it. Move it!
Crouch.
Let's hope they live up to the chant that will come from the stands, no doubt. If they can get their hands on the ball in opposition territory, they're going to concede there again in the breakdown.
Don't touch her.
Milo,
Advantage.
touch and go. Round on the angle comes Anesi.
Back.
Offload is there, and Samoa keen to keep it moving. And you mentioned their fitness earlier, Carl. They really are happy to go through the phases.
Off the foot.
And very quickly as well, catching defences out.
2. Side.
Rasso Anandrasana is called out the scrum off.
Time off. Time off.
John
2.
Neville just going to have a chat. I think there's going to be a yellow card as well. Laurence, the number 2, is going to sit out the next couple of minutes. Well, if things weren't hard enough for Madagascar, they just got a bit harder.
Well, they've got to defend here. Well, they've been pretty good in the middle of the park, to be fair, but now set piece play.
Yeah, they work to Monia Fraser, out to Puri Lane. Tries to keep that ball alive, getting the ball through the tackle. She gets it back, and it's Bellamilo who strolls over again on this right flank. They're really getting some joy down this right-hand side.
Yeah, just the offloads from Samoa. They're using them to great effect. Pody Lane's the one that stretches the field. Little right footstep. No, she's got the miracle advantage and support players there. And then another one in contact given to Bellamilo. But this is what made it so tough. The yellow card, not back the 10, I think it was. Did she get the right player there? Yeah, number 2 was the one that actually made the indiscretion.
Well, it's the Madagascar number 2 who's sitting out and watching. There's Bellamilo, formerly of Wasps. Used to be a teammate of our very own Sue Day back in the day. Doesn't look that old, does she?
Which one, Sue?
Please wait. Please wait.
Oh, she's not here. I can't insult her when she's not here.
Now let's do it.
Have to do it to her face.
Yep.
Allow her the retort. It's Madagascar looking for some sort of retort. That's bundled straight out in half time, and Samoa making the positive start that they were after. Madagascar yet to really get in the opposition half, let alone make any impact on the scoreboard. 15-0, Samoa in the lead. Let's take a listen to the coaches. Eric Randriana-Risun is going to have work to do with the Madagascar side, but Ramsey Tomakino will want more from his charges, that's for sure.
We just set it up and we just go again wide. But we're just going and we're trying to offload too quickly. Let's just fight, go down, reload, reset the ball. Okay, but we're looking for contact too much. So, again, Kayla, the message she's grabbing. If Bella's running, we've got to give her. She shouldn't be trying to find the runners. The runners should be trying to find her. Okay, understand it? So when she's running across field, we can't be standing there waiting. We've got to find her. We've got to run off our line and take that ball. Okay, so we 15-0 down, 15-0 up. Okay, so we've got to be first to score and really put these guys away, okay, in the second half, okay? How are we feeling? We're all right? Okay, so go hard for 2 minutes and we'll start to roll the changes. Okay, so everyone, we've got to really work our lates in the middle and work our lates out wide and our lates and drags. Okay, otherwise if we're just going straight, these guys are making their tackles, okay? They're not mates, they're tackling. Okay, so it's fine. Just going to be a little bit more.
Coach Tomakino urging his players to make the most of this opportunity, but realising that Madagascar are no pushover in terms of breaching their defensive line.
Yeah, that's what he spoke about. They're making their tackles and they're no mugs. He said they can D up in the middle. And I think also he highlighted with the setup, take it to ground, get the bridge there, make them come in and then clear the ball quickly. At the moment, they're using these offloads and it's stifling their attack, not able to keep the ball clean.
Yeah, much as the first two Samoan games have been against lesser teams, they've got to realise next up is Russia, and that is huge in terms of this weekend, and of course this Pool A as well. Here they come, Samoa, working their way down the left flank. Putty Lane finds no way through, so winds it back, and Afui finding no way through either. Out to the right it goes once again. Madagascar stepping up offside. Now the ball released to Brenda Collins. Can she keep it in? Just evades her and beats her out to that far touchline.
Okay.
Collins of the famous Collins family, of course. Every time you mention Brenda Collins, you think of her brother, Jerry.
White, here.
Yeah, all four of them, all of them
Blue,
from
perfect. Thank you.
the only city in New Zealand, Wellington.
The Windy City.
It's never windy
Blue,
anyway when
take a
you
step.
turn up, son.
Blue.
Turn it on.
It's never recovered since.
Back 10.
What
Back
a
10.
great place it is. Certainly in the Rugby World Cup 2011, it was fantastic and is a fantastic and easy chance for Apola Keresiano and Isi. That was Christmas early, really was for the Samoan number 3.
Well, they're in their position after a great run by Brenda Collins. You can see the throw-in has been so difficult for this Madagascar team. It's underarm, so it's very tough to hit your marker when Samoa throwing that jumper in front of theirs. It goes right over the back, and well, Nessie, she's such a hard worker, get some reward.
Much as this is Madagascar's first footing into Europe, you cannot underestimate how big a game rugby is in that country. It is the official national sport, and indeed in the Rugby World Cup qualifiers for 2015 they had over 40,000 people watching against Namibia, and it really is hugely passionate following. They will be wanting their girls to really show their country well, and as yet they've not really been able to get that continuity into their game. Or maybe there's a chance here. Rasso and Andrasana tries to move it, but doesn't get up far over halfway.
No.
Oh, Bellamilo thought she could sidle in there. Little chip and chase. How's the bounce going to work? It's going to work for Madagascar. Up towards the line goes Sophie Razzafiori. And there is their first points of the tournament. They've had to wait a game and a half to get it on the board, but they do so. Sophie, take a bow. Big moment for Madagascar.
Oh, most definitely. Here comes the intercept. Initially from Rasarana Drasana. It goes their way. The little chip and chase, the perfect bounce from this lady. Sophie Raza Fiari Soa. What a moment, as you said, for Madagascar. Well done.
Well, whatever else happens this weekend, she is going to savour and enjoy that moment, as are her teammates. Make the most of every opportunity. That's what this game's about. And I'm sure the Madagascan following that are watching this stream back home will be celebrating right now. Actually missing 4 of their best players, this Madagascar side. 2 injured, 2 are pregnant. They qualified for this repechage by finishing 5th, as I mentioned, in that African Cup. Now they've got to show what they're about. Every opportunity. Samoa, though, coming back strongly with Mulia Fraser. Gets the offload to Bellamilo.
Stone. Release,
That's
Blue.
good contesting at the breakdown by Madagascar. And now we're starting to see a bit of confidence coming through. Claudia up quickly onto Sue Peters' back. and getting the call.
Release.
Well, is this Samoa taking the foot off the pedal, or is this Madagascar really finding themselves in this tournament?
Well, I think a bit of both, but possession is key as Madagascar go forward. Any team is vulnerable without the ball.
Oh, just
Knock
a
on.
little knock on there, but you just saw a bit of confidence coming through. The handling suddenly picked up. The ball was sticking in the
Time
most
off.
part, and the Lemurs
One
really
blue.
starting to make strides
One
into
blue,
that
substitution.
Samoan defence.
There was a nice pickup initially from
Thank you.
the number 2 there.
Time on.
Russell Drana.
Here we go, ladies.
Sana.
Here's your mark.
Unfortunately, just a little flick out
Thank
the
you.
back door, but what a fight back. This is no means
Crouch.
hiding. 22 points to 5. They can be very proud of that
Bind.
because Zimbabwe got absolutely smashed
Set.
first up. But I like their sliding defence, Madagascar, in general play. It's been solid.
Samoa testing them out, but Sieni Mose, the girl who scored 4 tries in that first game, taking her eye off the ball. It goes loose, but first to react is Bellamilo. 90 seconds left on the clock, and
Time
Samoa
off.
are blowing right now.
Substitution.
Madagascar have
Blue
found some wind
9.
in their sails.
And white 4.
Not referring to Wellington, of course.
White 4 and blue 9.
Well, here it is here. Just the drop by
22.
Mosse. Nice chase, and I think this was force by Bellamilo, so this should be a
Substitution complete.
feed. Oh no, must have touched
Blue
the
9.
Madagascar player there after
Blue 9.
Mosse hit it back.
Coach
Time
Tomakino
on.
making
Drop that 22,
changes
please.
for the Samoans,
Behind the kicker.
realising they've just dropped their
Behind.
energy levels
Behind.
over the last 3 or
Behind.
4 minutes.
Behind.
And of course, that big match against Russia still to come today. The block almost works for Madagascar. As Samoa release themselves from their 22. Up towards halfway goes Rasmussen. Penalty
Straight down.
Madagascar.
Here's your mark.
Yeah, just sealing off the ball there
Straight
was
down.
Samoa. I think it was the replacement, Lua Falealo.
Time off. White 1.
See the body
Substitution.
language going on,
White
KT.
1.
It is a real change, isn't it, that we've seen the last 4 or 5
Right.
minutes.
There's a drop out taken. Most definitely, Simon. This team is starting to find that self-belief.
The offload is there, the pass is beginning to stick. Again, it's
Remember,
Lawrence
we're not
leading the way. Finds the support inside from Patricia. Keeping the ball going. Now they've got huge opportunities out to the left. They don't try and take it. It's Dina Ravello Aranoro. There's the second try. It may not change the outcome of this match, but it certainly changed the mindset of the Madagascan team. What a score!
Oh, this is a great sevens try, regardless of who it come from. Look at there, the offloads, the ball into space. Look at that last distribution. A bit of footwork here to turn Peters inside and out. The number 6 for Madagascar, Rava Lori Noro. What a try.
Well, it is changing direction. It won't have enough time to change the course of this game in terms of the scoreline, but really, really well worked score from Madagascar. The sun's on their backs. They're enjoying this trip to Europe,
Let's go,
and they're
please.
enjoying the World Rugby Repechage event here at UCD in Dublin. The ball booted out. And I think that is it. Yes, well, Samoa stay unbeaten, but Madagascar have shown what they're about.